There has been extensive talk about securing the border before doing any effort on normalizing the status of more than 12 million of immigrants in this country. The reality is that the investment to do so has never been bigger than today, but has it been done carefully? Despite the Department of Homeland Security's $945 million investment in radios for its Border Patrol agents, spotty coverage and inadequate training still hurts the agency's attempt to secure the southwestern border. Senator Tom Carper, a Democrat from Delaware, noted in a hearing that Customs and Border Patrol has more than doubled since 2003, and I quote, "We have constructed more than 600 miles of new fencing and deployed sophisticated cameras, sensors, and radars across much of our border with Mexico. Today, we're deploying drones and aerostats high in the sky, as well as fixed and mobile observation towers, providing situational awareness for our agents on the ground." So, Nick, we're talking about giving more resources to securing the border. Those resources are being given, the border is being secured, and the administration of those resources is faulty. We are seeing almost $1 billion from a very debatable budget that was just halted not too long ago in the Congress. We're talking about that money that people was fighting about so much. And $1 million of it was a poor investment that now it's all botched. What is happening is they tried to upgrade all of the radio communication infrastructure for the border. And what is going on is that they didn't do adequate testing. Because of the geography and how things work, they did only sample testing in a few regions. So it's not working as the main problem is that they're having what is called communication bleed. Mm-hmm. What that is when other people can listen to your communications.
So you're telling me we spent $1 billion on radio systems that potentially we might not even be able to use?
We're not using.
We're not going to use.
Some of the states decided not to upgrade their system because their previous system was working better. So now we have two different systems going on at the same time, and that is the main problem. Border Patrol agents cannot communicate with other agencies in the border, mm-hmm. and so they miss out on capturing, especially the people that they need to capture, that is drug dealers.
And these drug dealers could potentially listen in and find out where they are. You said the system's bleeding. You know, I don't know, maybe Homeland Security is just following with traditions. Remember the whole George Bush wall thing that he was building? And
they're building it. They're creating a stronger, more patrol border. But at the same time, they're misusing the budget. I'm guessing that hopefully they won't use these mishaps to say that the border is not secure, so we don't have to start the conversation of what are we going to do with the people that is already living here.
Okay, you know, by 2013, we'd spent $360 million on drones alone, and the drones didn't even prove as effective as we thought they would be.
Why? Because of the communication system.
Right.
Because they can't rely the information. Yeah, the drone can perceive the activity,
right,
but the problem is in the ground. If the radio communications of the crews in the ground, of the officers in the ground, is faulty, why are you spending your money in that technology that is not compatible with the basic technology?
Well, no one can foresee these things. No one can know that these things are going to happen. Nobody wants it to happen. We're talking about securing a border that is ginormous. Texas, Arizona, California, New Mexico. It's ginormous, and it's not an easy thing to do. We're talking about mountainous desert regions, and we're talking about vacuum sealing something that size.
In testimony for the Congress, some of these agents express their concern about the fact that they receive training for the use of their guns, gun training, and they have to retest every quarter to approve. You know, they have to. But they don't get any training on the use of radios, and they say we use our radios so much more than we use our guns. But still, they don't train us on the radios, but they do train us on the guns. So that goes to say how
our priorities
are.
We love guns.
So, but the downside of this situation is that the drug traffickers are taking advantage. And Elizabeth Kempshaw, the executive director of the Office of National Drug Control Policy in Arizona, said, an extensive system of scouts armed with radios, solar-powered radio repeaters, cellular phones, and weapons situated on high points along drug trafficking routes are vital to the smuggling groups. So we know that the drug traffickers, they do have these better systems of communication that are actually one step ahead of the border. And we are investing money. It's not like we're not doing the investment on securing the border. It's just not being done carefully and thought out.
Responsibly.
And, we want to know, what do you think? Do you think that this is a big mishap from the administration and they should be more thoughtful of how they implement this big amount of money? Or that this is just another delay to have the big conversation that is, what are we going to do with all that people that is already here? Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the Lib TV.